from the Provincial Results Operating Centre here at the Durban International Convention Centre. Right, day one of special votes in KwaZulu-Natal has gone off with only a few glitches here and there. Over 80,000 special votes are expected to be cast in 2 days. Of course, today and tomorrow. There'll be 50,000 home visits here in KZN, mainly for the elderly, people with disabilities, and those who couldn't physically make it to the voting station. But on the whole, all has gone relatively smoothly for the IEC, except as you heard there, the IEC's chairperson here in KZN, Mawetu Mazrui, speaking about that one voting station that couldn't be accessed due to service delivery protest. But the IEC did say that contingency measures were in place and that people in that area would be able to cast their votes tomorrow. Well, of course, like all elections, security plays a crucial role in ensuring there is stability and voters can cast their votes in a safe and conducive environment. As you saw today, hundreds of police officers being deployed from Durban to across the province, and they'll be there to ensure that our voters and the IEC are safe. Now, the focus of the day has been on special votes, but there's some very interesting developments on the sidelines, with the NFP now out of the race following their disqualification for not paying their deposits on time. It seems there's a last-ditch efforts to form alliances. Quite simply, everyone is now after the NFP votes. And on that story and some very interesting news that are coming from the area of Ulundi, my colleague Linda Mkobozi is standing by, and we're now going straight to Ulundi. Good evening, Linda. Just tell us, I know that there's some interesting developments there. Just tell us what is happening in Ulundi regarding members or leaders of the NFP.
Good evening, Ayanda. We are here in Ulundi. Yes, we've got a breaking story here. As you know, the whole day it's been a scramble for the IFP or the NFP vote. With me, just to talk about the NFP, I've got on my right Mr. Sboom Kabela, who is a deputy mayor of Idumbe as well as NFP chair there. You can recall, Ayanda, that Idumbe is the only municipality that is run by NFP alone. And on my left, I've got Jeremiah Mavundla, who is a mayor of Nongoma. Nongoma, of course, is run by a coalition of NFP and ANC. And on my far left is DA, Mr. Zwakele Mhlongo. To start with you, Mr. Mkabela, khona ekwenzekile lapha nithathe isinqumo ngokuthi amavoti enu azokwenza abantu abe-NFP bazovotela ini uLwesithathu.
Sithathe isinqumo izolo ekutheni inhlaka zonke zeqembu le-NFP endaweni yakithi eDumbe ukuba abantu ngokwelungelo labo ngoba kufanele ukuthi bavote futhi bayafisa ukuthi baqhubeke bayithole i-service delivery. Inhlaka zonke zeqembu le-NFP namalungu onke e-NFP besihlangene endaweni yasedolobheni eDumbe, namaphoyisa abonile ubuningi babantu be-NFP ade bephumile ngobuningi babo. Isinqumo ke sithathiswe ekutheni abantu baseDumbe bayibonile i-service delivery yenziwa iqembu le-NFP. Ngakho ke bakhethile ukuba ukuziqhubeke leyo service delivery ibe khona eDumbe, nabantu bawathola amathuba emisebenzi njengoba kade ekhona kwenzeka. Nalolu hlelo olukhona i-service delivery kade izokwenzeka emphakathini wonke waseDumbe. Bakhethe ukuba bacele ukuthi ivoti labo lingaduki futhi bakwazi ukuthi lezi imfuno zabo za service delivery baqhubeke bayithole. Ngakho ke ivoti lawo wonke amalunga e-NFP nomphakathi wonke waseDumbe, ivoti labo lizongena eqenjini le-Democratic Alliance okuyi-DA leyo. Ngakho nami ngiyanxusa ukuba bonke umphakathi waseDumbe namalunga e-NFP uthi ngomhla ka-3 ku-Agasti bahambe bayovota, bavotele i-DA, bavotele ukuba siqhubeke namathuba emisebenzi abekhona.
Oh, well, you heard it, Ayanda. He's saying the structures, all NFP structures in Idumbe, they met yesterday and they took a decision to endorse the DA. And they will go, all of them in Idumbe, they will go on Wednesday and vote a DA. On my, now I've got Jeremiah Mavunda, who's mayor from Nongoma. Good evening, Mr. Mavunda. And you also have some breaking news for us. What have you decided?
Njengoba ushiwo the NFP in Nongoma had a meeting on Saturday, and we also had a meeting today, and all the structures of the NFP have decided that their votes and their the NFP members' votes would be cast in the Democratic Alliance, which is DA. We see this as a breakthrough for us, for our members to be able to go and cast their vote on Wednesday. And we see this as a breakthrough for the service delivery that we have provided in the people of Nongoma to continue, as we know that it's only the NFP that has provided service delivery in Nongoma.
Sorry, sir, very briefly. We are talking here. What about the people on the ground? Are they aware that you have taken this decision? Very briefly.
We finished the meeting in the midday today, and we agreed and instructed all the leaders in the wards to go out there and able to inform all the members. So for tomorrow, all the wards, there will be meetings where people will be briefed about this decision.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I've got Mr. Ayanda Mhlongo from the DA. Definitely no one saw this coming.
Yes, we welcome the decision by the NFP in the Durban and Nongoma. We are really excited. Our excitement is actually an excitement that we're saying this will go far for the communities of Nongoma and Durban, because it then means our commitment
and then go
for job creation and our commitment to make sure that we provide better services to all communities will actually be fulfilled. We are happy with this decision, and we commit to all members in this province of KwaZulu-Natal that the DA will definitely deliver by creating jobs. We will definitely deliver by making sure that we provide all communities with services, and also making sure that we cut corruption across the province.
Please tell me now, I'm getting all confused. You've got candidates in these municipalities. What's going to happen to them?
Let's make it clear. The DA is contesting the municipalities, and all what NFP have done from their branches and their leadership, what they are saying is they are actually endorsing the DA. So it's not a coalition, it's an endorsement for the DA to take over these two municipalities which are governed by the NFP. And we commit to all communities from Nongoma and Durban that we will make sure that we keep progress, we will make sure that we deliver services to all communities.
Oh, thanks very much. Oh, well, you heard it, that here in Durban as well as Nongoma, they are endorsing the DA. And I've just spoken to Mr. Mhlongo saying that they will still put forward their candidates, and people will just go there and vote at DA. Ayanda, back to you in the studio.
All right, that was Linda Mkobozi with some very interesting developments there in Ulundi. There have you heard it, members or leaders of the NFP in Dumbe and as well as Nongoma saying that they're going to throw their weight to support behind the Democratic Alliance. So certainly some interesting developments coming out, and that is a story that we most certainly will be following. We are aware that there are other political parties as well who have also been engaging with the NFP. So that is certainly one story that is going to be followed quite extensively here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. All right, now just before we go, just another update. Following, of course, we had these 14 killings, sadly, here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and the Hawks has made a breakthrough. As we know now, 4 people have been arrested, said to be between the ages of 24 and 50, and they have been arrested in connection with the killing of an ANC councillor in the area of Ladysmith, Kanyisile Ngobese. So that is another interesting development with that case. As we know, the Hawks are investigating. There's a special task team, rather, made up of the Hawks that has been investigating those political killings that have taken place here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We promised you a comprehensive coverage of the elections from this province that will be giving you all the latest news and the developments from KwaZulu-Natal, and certainly we are going to ensure that we live up to that promise. So with that, let's leave things there for tonight here in Durban and take things back to Pretoria.
Ayanda, just before you go, you were talking about security. We did see deployments in KwaZulu-Natal this morning. In terms of security, is the police confident that this elections will be free, fair, and indeed safe in KZN?
Absolutely, Blaine. The police have said that they are going to be out in full force. We've seen those deployments leaving from Durban. There are, of course, other police officers in other parts of the province that are already in areas, particularly the hotspots. The deployments have been were sent to the hotspots quite a while ago to ensure that in the build-up during the campaigning period, to ensure that there was a stability in those areas. And as you know, Blaine, in the last week or so, it's been relatively quiet. There have not been any incidents coming from the province. So security forces are confident that the situation is under control. There's a great deal of focus, of course, on the hotspots. And as you know, just around here in the city of Durban, we have these hostels, the Clevelands and Kwamashu hostels. So police are giving extra attention to those areas, and other areas. Nongoma as well has been given extra attention, as well as in the area of Escort, Wembezi. There's going to be additional police reinforcements there. And what they've said is basically, should any problem arise in every area, they do have a police who are on standby, who are going to be able to respond to those areas. We're just speaking about that voting station today, Blaine, which there were problems in Umzumkhulu. Again, police were managed to get to that scene on time. We understand that they've been able to calm the situation. They are in that area and they are monitoring there as well. So really, police are very confident that everything's going to go very smoothly from the security side.
All right, and great reporting there in KZN eThekwini. Indeed, Francis, security is a big issue, especially in provinces like eThekwini and KZN.
I wanted to ask you, so as a non-KZN resident, we look in and hear that this is the province with the most political murders, the most issues in the run-up. How is that being felt on the ground in the province, I guess? You
know, the police minister, Nathi Nhleko, mentioned last week that there were about 25 alleged politically motivated incidences in KwaZulu-Natal. 14 of those were actually murders and attempted murders. Now, there's been some arrests. It's been a tense build-up to these local government elections. So people are hoping that this elections will indeed be free, fair, and indeed safe. And as Ayanda was saying, that the police say they're on top of it. They've identified the hotspots nationally. We're talking about, 600 hotspots that have been identified. There's a few hundred in KwaZulu-Natal. So indeed, police are on top of the game right there.
And just a little voting fact, more than 100,000 police officers apparently will be deployed, some of them static, about half static in voting stations, about half able to move around, mobile, and able to go from hotspot to hotspot. Major developments in Natal tonight. I wanted to just ask your take as well on the NFP. Everybody was saying, where are their votes going to go to? And I guess we know that at least some will now go to the DA. Is that a significant development?
It is indeed, because that was the case, isn't it? We weren't sure where those votes are going to go, where that support is going to go. Is there going to be a kind of a shift in terms of support in KwaZulu-Natal in particular with the NFP? Remember, they are contesting in Ngutu. At this stage, they've been disqualified from the others, but Ngutu, they will be contesting there. The IFP obviously was eyeing those voters. That support, we'll have to see how that plays out closer to the results time.
IFP and ANC disappointed. I'm sure some of those votes going to the DA. That was confirmed tonight. And that's a wrap from us for now. We'll be back with you in the next hour or so after a dip into Auckland Park for your news. We take a short break.